Good afternoon. So another quick look at a birding spot in the Undercliff. We're in St Lawrence at the moment, which is just kind of halfway between St Catherine's Point and Ventnor. It's the inner cliff face. This is all the Undercliff on the southeast coastline of the Isle of Wight. So looking east at the moment, you can just see Ventnor Downs in the distance, radar station on top. This is a woody head. There's the chalk, there's the sea. So this is lovely chalk grassland on this sort of coastal strip, full of butterflies at the moment. So these fields are all sites of special scientific interest. Mainly for its invertebrates and chalk grassland. Lots of marbled whites and meadow browns, gatekeepers. So just swing round. So it looks pretty horrendous in terms of the amount of cover. Be a real challenge to watch in the autumn, but you just need to connect with a tit flock in kind of September, October time. I've had a couple of yellow-broweds in St Lawrence in tit flocks the last 2 autumns, I think it was, kind of October into November. Just looking kind of northeast at the inner cliff face over there at High Hat, and swing round. We're looking west now. This is Woody Bay, very beautiful, very quiet. You get the odd person going down there, but not many at all, probably 3 or 4 people a day. Very few dog walkers, probably can't be more than 10 a day, people walking their dogs through here. So lovely place for birding. Just see St Catherine's Point lighthouse in the distance. Like I say, I'm looking west. This is all kind of southeast facing, this bit of coastline. That's Sugarloaf, which is that hill there is a big slab of green sand in the chalk. As I say, this is massive landslip, so Europe's largest rotational landslip. So terraces of kind of mixed chalk and green sand slabs, lubricated by gilt clay, which causes the whole area to slump into the sea. It's a very rocky coastline, fantastic rock pools. In winter you get divers just hanging around offshore here, and good for watching kind of gannets and shearwaters. Obviously manxies kind of moving through. I never do sea watching, so I'm sure there are plenty of skiers and that out there. They certainly report those from St Cass and La Falaise in Ventnor. So again, these big gardens, they can be good for falls of common migrants. You get good concentrations of spotted flycatchers and willow warblers and chiffchaffs. Particularly spring and autumn can be very good down here. Nobody ever watches it. I've never encountered another birder down here other than when I had a very late red-footed falcon just the other side of Sugarloaf one late autumn. And that dragged 2 or 3 island birders down. Nobody else saw it, unfortunately. What else have I had here? So eastern subalpine warbler, just kind of a kilometre from here at Old Bank End Farm. And then rose-breasted grosbeak in, I think it was 1995, in Ventnor Botanical Gardens, which is a little over a kilometre in that direction east of here. What else in this area? So what birds tend to do in the spring is they arrive on this bit of coastline and kind of get consumed by all of this cover. It's quite difficult to find, but then they work their way inland and they hit the inner cliff face there, then head up to the summit of the inner cliff face, and then they all get concentrated on that vegetation at the top of the cliff. And just the other side of that kind of cliff top there, it's all very, very large arable fields with not much habitat in view from the bird's eye point of view. So what tends to happen is later in the day, if you go up there, the sun catches the other side of the vegetation. The sun is setting in the west. Obviously I'm looking northwest now, so the opposite side of the vegetation is all sunny in kind of late in the afternoon, and all the birds concentrate there, feeding on invertebrates. So it can be really good just to walk along that kind of in a cliff face on top. There's probably right away on top. Just walk up and down, and really good for pied fly catchers. I think it's either 18 or 28 pied fly catchers I counted on one day. It's probably 18, it's only had an 8 in it, and it was an 8. And red starts and spot fly catchers and lots of mixed philosks. Never found anything rare up the top yet, but it's because I so rarely look up there these days. Need some more people to help cover it. And the fields down here, not yet found anything scarce, but get flocks of linnets in the spring and autumn, and really good for visible migration here. Lots of wheat ears down on the shore and on the fields above. These are all cattle grazed fields, completely unimproved because it's all triple SI, these coastal fields, so the farmer isn't able to fertilise or anything. So it was fertilised in the past, but it's quite rapidly recovering its biodiversity value. So as the invertebrates increase, as the wildflowers spread in, likely to get more birds, I think, using these fields. When there are cattle in the fields here in spring, the yellow wagtails get in with the cattle, which is really nice. Yeah, and this kind of chalky cliffs with bits of green sand, they all look really good. You can just imagine a alpine excentre knocking about here one April, maybe. Maybe in May, June. Can't remember what they're called now. Wall creeper, that's it. Who knows? Been wall creeper over there apparently at St Catherine's Point. Yeah, and I've had wryneck, well, just one wryneck actually on Woody Head here, just feeding on this path. I just flushed it and it kind of dived into the vegetation. I've only had one in St Lawrence, so been a lot more found in kind of Ventnor, up on Ventnor Downs is really good for wrynecks, but again, it's just lack of coverage. So if there's any birders watching this, it's a lovely area, kind of to pioneer. You know, I think I'm the only person who birds down here with any regularity, and I'm not that regular these days. So if you want to find your own birds, this is a good place to do it, really. And there's lots of B&Bs in the undercliff, so you can see lots of houses with big gardens. Lots of potential there if you stay in a B&B. Somebody stayed in a B&B earlier in the year, and just after there was a great spotted cuckoo further east from here. They had a dark-eyed junco in the garden of the B&B. They didn't disclose which B&B, unfortunately, so left us Ventnor birders a bit frustrated, but it was good record. So we've had both, well, red-eyed vireo over at St Cath's, found by Ian Redette, and then rose-breasted grosbeak in Ventnor Botanical Gardens, and most recently a dark-eyed junco. So who knows what other American land birds are missed in this area.